Hello there, namaste. So I watched the movie Serious Men, and I don't know what I was expecting. I honestly don't. I went into it blind, not reading the whatever it is, the synopsis, not watching a trailer, nothing. I watched it, and in the beginning, way too much for me. It starts with the process of making a child. Let's just say that. As the father is narrating, you know, it's not important. He was just narrating about the song he was listening to at the time. It was, yeah, it was just a little strange. And then about gravity helping them conceive a child, all this extra stuff. And it was a little too much for me. And then it becomes kind of comedic because you realize his boss is a charlatan. He's a doctor, and he's speaking nonsense like, oh, if you were given a cup of water and given a pill that had the same nutrients, which would you take? And I'm like, and then the person's like, oh, I don't understand that question. Well, if you understood it, you'd be me. I'm like, you can't speak nonsense and expect people to consider you smart. I mean, that's just like the dumbest kind of argument. But that was the argument. That was a valid argument. And I was just like, this person's considered a doctor? Did he buy his degree? I mean, that's all I could assume. And it seemed like that was comedic because what the story was is the guy ended up having a son. And he ended up making the son pretend to be smart, talking nonsense, just like his boss. Well, of course, that's going to backfire because his son turned out to be a genius, pretend genius. And it becomes very convoluted and people start finding out that he's fake. He could lose his job. There's so much stuff. And it's just like, what's the message of this movie? Not forcing your own ideas onto your child, not trying to become not trying to mimic a charlatan doctor. Oh, but guess what? Twist. The charlatan doctor is actually a real doctor. He actually knows stuff. The person who talks about little aliens in the atmosphere is just like, dude, it's just, you can test this stuff, but don't make it the cornerstone of your entire empire, of your doctoral dissertation. It's just, you've done that in college, just focus on, but it was just aggravating. It was aggravating watching. I'm like, okay, this guy's just talking nonsense. Oh, he found out the kid was a charlatan too. Oh, it's just aggravating. All this little stuff is just, I didn't know what I was getting from it. It just felt like it was there. It just felt like it was there. The father had told the son never to tell anyone. The son ends up telling a girl, of course, a girl. The girl ends up telling the father. The doctor who, the charlatan doctor ends up finding out, and then it just gets all messed up. It gets all messed up and all weird. But yeah, what was I supposed to get from this film? What was I supposed to get? It was just aggravating to watch. I was put off from it in the very beginning. And then I thought, okay, it's going to be about he's going to be the smart one. And the doctor, the one who's got the doctoral dissertation, the one who's supposed to be smart, is actually the real idiot. I was thinking that was going to be it. And I was like, okay, that's going to be funny. And then his kid, it will be smart. But no, he just turned his kid into the doctor, only to find out that the doctor is actually smart. It didn't work. It didn't work. It was just like too many things going on, but at the same time there was nothing going on. Oh, yeah, it was not my type of film. Definitely not. I mean, if you enjoyed it, let me know what I missed. What was it supposed to be? What was it supposed to be about? Because it just was confusing to me. It was aggravating. It was like, are you supposed to be destroying the educational system? Are you supposed to be sending a message? The one good thing I liked about it was when he was talking to his wife before the baby was born. He was like, okay, these are 4th generation kids. She asked, what does that mean? Well, I am a 2nd generation. 1st generation would be my father, the person who brought him to that location. 2nd generation is him because he grew up in that location. 3rd generation is the one who gets the education, but not entirely realizing the importance of it. But no, he grows up with an education, but not entirely realizing the 2nd generation, not entirely realizing the importance of it. The 3rd generation is born, his son, and he would force the importance of, education onto his son. So when he has kids, the 4th generation they would be well off. They would be at the high-end hotel where he was telling his wife this. They would be at the high-end hotel. There was a bunch of little stuff that was funny, like they were watching a guy who was contemplating suicide, and he said, oh, if they don't do it in the first 30 seconds, they're not going to do it. There are a bunch of little bits in the beginning that were funny, but as soon as you realize he's using his son to try and get what he wants in life, that's where it kind of gets into the dark territory, and it's no longer funny from that point on. That there's no comedic beats. It's just disgusting. It just felt disgusting to me, but that was just me. That was just me. Oh, yeah, again, let me know what I missed. I went off far longer than I expected to. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.